Hello everyone and welcome here to Paradise Avondale on the west side of Auckland on what is a rainy and wet winter's day here in the city of Sails. But we've got a good matchup today. The Botany Swarm kicking off their season. The West Auckland Admirals are playing host today. Last week they won their first game 9 goals to 2. Then Canterbury Red Devils came back the following day and actually blanked them out 4 goals to nothing. But anyway, we're your hosts today. I'm Bryce Rouse, alongside me Sam Nemiroff.
Hi, g'day everyone. G'day Bryce. Nice to see you in here. Nice and dry in the ice rink for a change. It's always the same weather in here, even though it's so stormy and
absolutely, and that's the beauty of an ice hockey game. It's always going to be on. The only time we do get cancellations is if the Zamboni has broken down, but that does not really happen. So what are your thoughts on today? Which team is this game more crucial for?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how the Swarm come out, especially with their new younger players. They've definitely had some new additions this season, and a couple kids who started off with their first NZIHL season last year and are coming into their second season. So interested to see in their first game of the season how those boys bounce into it.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's also a season where we have imports playing back in the country. So the West Auckland Admirals do have Riley Smith. He's got 2 assists out of 2 games so far. The Swarm, we saw a guy from Czech Republic, Petr Stepanek, who is apparently 195 centimeters tall, and he is an absolute unit out there. So he's on the second line today, so you can probably see him dishing out a few hits and stamping his mark here in this country.
Yeah, absolutely, and we actually have the Czech line on with Kozak and Peter out there, so it'll be really interesting to see how they play together.
Absolutely. Well, the Swarm are coming out, and so are the Zebras, followed by the Admirals. So grab a tasty beverage and put your feet up, because this one's going to get hot in here fast, I do believe.
Absolutely. And we'd just like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. This game brought to you by Pure NZ Spring Water, Hart Electrical, Dynasty Sport, and this year coming on to help out, which is super awesome for them, The Rock, 90.2. Go and give them a listen if you don't already. Thank you to those sponsors for making ice hockey in New Zealand that much easier and more of a reality.
So the Swarm's starting goaltender today will be Grace Harrison, and the West Auckland Admirals starting goalie will be Gavin Croft. It's actually his first NZIHL season, and he's made 34 saves out of 38 shots last weekend.
Yeah, Gavin in net is someone who I played a little bit of scrimmages and pickup with. Really solid, really good post to post. Let's just see if that glove hand can get to work and make some saves up high.
Going to be a good battle here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Last night we did see the Sky City Stampede thump the Thunder 8 goals to 2 at the Dunedin Ice Centre. So they're already off to a hot start, and their game will shortly be underway as well. And you know, I am a Swarm fan through and through, Sam, but last year I really did fall in love with the Admirals, just the way they worked hard, got to the finals, and really pushed the Stampede the whole way.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can see that there's quite a loyal following here at the pirate ship in Avondale of West Auckland Admiral fans. So definitely for good reason. This team plays with a lot of heart. They've got a lot of characters. And led by their captain, Justin Daigle, this squad is definitely ready to compete. And bounce back from a 4-0 loss in their last game.
As we're about to get set, head referee today is Tyler, one of the best in the business. As we're underway here in the west side of Auckland, as Daigle will pass it over to Hayward Jones. They try to get a breakout going. Smith unable to corral that.
And Hayward Jones with the A this season, which is something new, is one of the assistant captains for the West Auckland Admirals. So congratulations to him. I know it's been a long time coming. He's been a key member of this squad for a number of years.
Yeah, well deserved, and terrific guy off the ice as well there, Sam.
Absolutely.
As Mawson tried to find Jonsson, but he was just unable to control that cleanly. As Smith tried to clear, there's a tip in front by Jonsson, but Admirals making a save there was Croft.
And Jonsson with some slick hands to redirect that. I don't know if that was between his legs, but a really slick player, that Janssen, and definitely one to keep an eye on.
And here we've got the Czech Republican Petr Stepanek out for the Botany Swarm, as we will get an icing on the play. So we will see if they're playing Stepanek as a center or just as a winger.
Yeah, and you can see there Janssen, the nifty touch right in front of Croft to try and redirect that, but Croft tracking that puck really well. Again, side to side, post to post, really solid, and able to turn that away with ease.
So it looks like Atwell's going to be the center for this line, as Stepanek is set up just behind him, ready for a one-time. This is definitely going to be an important line for the Swarm this season. They're going to have to look at them to get things going if they're going to at least contend for the playoffs this season. As Kozak's pass to the slot area was stopped in front. Daigle trying to make a play, but Atwell comes away with that for the Swarm. Pressured on there by Henry.
And a big hit. So Atwell takes a tumble.
And that one's deflected wide as Regan gets on the turbo boosters and goes down the right wing side.
And such a smooth skater, Regan. You can see he's definitely learned a lot from Daigle. And he's just able to glide around out there with ease.
And here's the young gun, Ivan Delmatal, as he's pressured on by Andy Hart.
And Ivan with his first season last year, so it'll be interesting coming into his sophomore season, how he adjusts and how his role changes on the team as he's no longer the rookie.
And the veteran Gary McLeish just puts that on net. Oh, good hit there, Andy Hart on Max Hill.
And it looks like the hands maybe just came up a little bit. We're waiting for the referee's call.
Should be fine. We'll see a replay here right now. Good clean hit it looked like.
Yep, the boys will play on. And that's got to be one of the biggest things, Bryce, for them, those young kids to adjust to, is just the physicality of this. Playing with grown men, really solid and not afraid to lay the body. Definitely not for the faint-hearted.
There's a shot from the point which missed everything, as Ryan McDonald tried to come away with it, but it's put into the corner as Hrioa will absorb a hit and try to get it out, which they do. Here comes Dalmatau. He's pressured on by Chamberlain. That's Caleb Chamberlain, his brother, not making the roster for today's game. And looks like that will be an icing on the play. Nope, waved off.
And Hart slow to get up from that as him and Chamberlain collide.
As Mawson tried to find Janssen. Here's Richie Hopkinson. Had a terrific BHL season with the Ice Holes. He was the captain of my team actually too there, Sam. There's Janssen the other way, puts a shot on net. That won't trouble Croft at all.
Yeah, a lot of these players playing both the Summer League when the NZIHL isn't on, and then also playing in the NZIHL when this season's on. So playing all year round, hockey, not just a winter sport here in New Zealand.
Yeah, it's good chirping these boys before in the Summer League before they go back to. Oh, shot on there by Voronov, scores! Straight off the face-off, a loose puck that Voronov jumped on and just quickly whizzed that above the glove of Croft, and the Swarm will take a 1-0 lead.
And we can see on the Rock action replay, Hopkinson moving that puck forward, but Vortinov kind of reading that play, jumping forward and getting a quick shot off that just goes right over the shoulder of Croft. So maybe something that the Swarm are going to look to is to shoot it high, and it certainly seemed to be a strategy that the Red Devils used to some success in their previous meetings with the Auckland Admirals.
As Voronov becoming a veteran these days in the NZIHL, a guy who really takes his hockey seriously.
Absolutely, and he's a guy who's always out on the ice. Even in the off-season, any scrimmage, you'll find him there, anytime on the ice. The guy lives and breathes hockey, and it shows out there as he pots a sweet goal going top cheddar.
As It looks like Ellis just batted that in, so Luke Simon will come and clean that up. Nice pass there from Kozak to Atwell. He'll go down the left and put on the brakes. Gets away out of a hit. As Ellis will take it over the blue line for the Admirals. Try to get something on net, but it hit the skate of Sandoy. As Simon will have it. He gets reefed there, and Stepanek comes and gets Ollie Hay, I think. And he receives 2 hits there. And Ellis going up to Luke Simon. So good amount. Oh, Ollie Hay tried to go to Sandoy, and Sandoy just absolutely drops him. A little bit behind the play. Even I wouldn't probably run into Sandoy there, Sam.
Oh, absolutely not. That guy is an absolute unit out there. And maybe some pleasantries from last season, because I do believe that Ollie Hay was playing for the Swarm. His brother, captain of the Swarm.
It's good to see both teams being physical in this East versus West Auckland matchup.
And we've got the 2 youngsters out here, Nash Hayward-Jones and Zach Stevens, as a defensive pairing. These boys have come through the junior ranks for the New Zealand team.
Sandoy reefed Ollie Hay there. Ollie Hay quick to get up and receives a hit from Simon. And Dalmatau for the Swarm, the young gun, as the centre role. He's alongside Whitson Lee and Max Hill. There's Stronic down the left. I've seen what he can do. He shoots, and a good black save. Oh, it went out in front, but Henry was unable to get there. As Whitson Lee will bang off the boards for Dalmatau. And offside on the play was Max Hill, just a couple of steps ahead of the play. So we will get a whistle.
And Dalmatau really reminds me a lot of Janssen in the way that both of them are really tricky with the puck, really good stick handlers. And if they catch you puck watching, can make you look really silly out there. So it'll be interesting to see Dalmatau's game evolve as he gets to watch Janssen throughout this season.
And as we can see there, chasing the puck is Marcus McDonald. He is extremely young. I think he's only 16 or 17, and he's an incredible player.
Yeah, easily the youngest guy on the ice. Marcus McDonald, definitely one of the bright stars, not just for Auckland hockey, but for New Zealand hockey as the future goes.
He's actually out there alongside Hopkinson and Vordanov. He'll be looking to make an impact, and I'm sure he will in the coming years. Own goal there by Taylor Kennedy. Off the skate, and Croft couldn't react fast enough. Swarm up 2-0.
And that looks like Vortanov's second goal of the game, as he's the one who shot it off of Kennedy's skate. So just 5 minutes in, we've got 2 goals from Robin Vortanov, who is on hat trick watch, Bryce.
He is, and you know he'll be hungry to get it too, Sam.
Definitely. First game of the season, hat trick. Couldn't really write it up any better than that.
So the Admirals in a bit of a hole here early in the game as Kozak turns it over. Simon with a shot. Oh, glove save there by Croft, but only just went over the crossbar. Centering feed, no one there. Sandoy will just whip it in. Hits the glass on the corner here. As Dixon will get that out for the time being, but the Swarm do punch it in. And they touch up.
So we have the check line out with Stepanek and Kozak. Let's see if they can work some chemistry.
And Simon turned the puck over. Here's a quick shot by Moses, but hit Sandoy in front. Centering feed there. But no one could get on it.
And it looks like we have a delayed penalty here against the Swarm. There's a Swarm touch up, and we'll see what the call is.
And there's a few fisticuffs out here early, as these two teams are not liking this encounter in the first period very much.
Definitely not. And anytime you have Sam Moses and Michael Atwell out there, both guys not afraid to mix it up on the ice, you're going to see some fireworks.
So the Admirals will be on the power play. They've got their import Riley out there. As the Swarm are going to clear it through Mawson, Mr. Aquaman himself. As Daig will just calm this down, look for some options. Straight up ahead was Ollie Hay. As Riley Smith tried to go in, there's going to be a call on the player. Might be tripping. I'm not sure if he actually did trip him or not. Would have to see that again. As Hay tried to find a centering feed, puck does come out, so Regan will track back.
Yeah, and Alex Regan acting as an extra man on the ice. As they send that in, and we're going to get a whistle and see what the call is.
And here we'll see a replay of it.
Oh, and looks like the foot.
Ooh, I don't know, it was close. So the Swarm will be down to 3 as Mawson and Stepanek are in the box.
Yeah, it looks like Mawson just accidentally got the foot out and clipped the streaking Admirals player. We're going to see a 5-on-3 here with quite a lot of time for the Admirals.
As Hayward Jones will keep that in, gives it over to Daig. Gives it back to Hayward Jones, back to Daig one time and blocked by someone in front. Daig with it again. Ellis, back to Daig, shoots and took a deflection and just went high and wide. As Riley Smith will have that, gives it low, gets it back. Here's Daig, didn't like the one-time opportunity there, shoots on, it's there, it's a goal! And the Admirals bounce back to half the lead.
And looking at the Rock action replay, working it in the corner, looks like Riley Smith with a pass to Daig, who takes a shot, rebound in front, and it's Flynn Hayward Jones, our new West Auckland Admirals assistant captain, who's picking up the loose change with a great goal.
Man, it got loud in here after that goal, Sam.
Oh yeah, the pirate ship is rocking here in Avondale.
As Regan will find Vespa down the right wing. Still on the power play are the Admirals. Playing smart and slowing it down, getting it into the zone and making some passes. Here's Chamberlain. Try to find a pass, but Luke Simon just gets a stick on that. Regan will go around the back of the goal. Still with it is Regan. Incredible player this man is. Shoots on and it hit Luke Simon in front.
And the West Auckland Admirals really activating their defense here as they've taken the majority of the shots. And it definitely, when you've got the likes of Regan, Daigle, and the Hayward Jones brothers on the back end, it definitely makes sense to feed them the puck. The big hit here.
I'll tell you what, Sam, it is extremely weird seeing Ollie Hay in an Admirals uniform. Thought I'd never see that day, but it's here.
Yeah, and he joins a list of some notable players to come over from the Swarm, Jordan Chalice being one of them.
I wonder what his brother Andrew had to say about that when he
Yeah.
told him I'm moving over to the Admirals.
It's going to be an awkward family reunion, that's for sure.
As Daig will try to slow it down behind his goal. He's got Smith down here on the left. He'll elect to go to Ellis, but it's a little bit in front of him. No icing on the play.
And Ellis, such a good skater and a real hustler, able to beat that puck out to avoid the icing call.
As Ryan McDonald will come out the other way. It's a 2-on-1. He's got Mawson. He'll shoot, and a good save there by Croft. Daigle unable to corral that as McDonald trying to find a centering pass to Whitson Lee coming in. As Tula will try to go past Daigle, he says, And Simon will keep that in at the blue line for the Swarm. Puck does finally come out as Dalmatau will only have to beat Daigle here, and he shoots that high. As the Panic try to find a centering pass to Kozak, but off the skate of Vespa. Some good intensity here by both teams so far in this opening frame.
Definitely, and it looks like we've got a pretty even game here with 6 shots apiece. And you can definitely tell that each team has way more in the tank as we pass the halfway mark in the first period.
As the Panic will have it. He finds Sandoy at the point, a shot on, but it missed everything as Atwell will just lay that off for Kozak. He's pressured in on the corner from Vespa and Mason Kennedy. And a nifty play there by Sandoy to keep that in. Stepanek shot on, straight off the pad, another shot by Atwell, and Stepanek for the third try.
And a beautiful save by Croft as he reaches over with the glove hand well down to rob an almost sure goal.
Stepanek scores! He gets his first goal in his first period for his new team here in New Zealand. And the boys are loving that.
We see on the Rock action replay a feed from behind the net, and Stepanek just waiting there, loads it up and able to beat Croft short side.
Yeah, Kozak with a beautiful pass to Stepanek. I'm sure they've either talked about that or trained like that.
Definitely, the Czech connection looks strong for the Botany Swarm early on in the season. We'll see how it plays out the rest of the game.
Tell you what, there was a lot of pressure there from the Botany Swarm, keeping that puck down in the Admirals' end.
Yeah, some really good sustained pressure by the Swarm, and you can see that they've got a really strong forecheck that they've established, and just making the West Auckland Admirals defense cough it up.
As the play will be whistled offside as Tula tried to keep it from going in the zone, but he was unable to. So the Swarm extend that lead again, so they are up by 2 here. 10 shots to 6 at the moment. And the Swarm looking good so far, Sam.
Yeah, looking strong, looking hungry. You can see this as their season opener. They want to send a message, say we're a better team than last year. And they're sending that message pretty strong, Bryce, in this first half of this first period.
Well, there was parts of last season where the Swarm just looked incredible, but they were just unable to piece a few games together, if you know what I mean. But the Admirals did look strong all the way through last season.
Yeah, and definitely a younger Admirals team as well here. It'll be interesting to see how they develop as the season goes on.
Oh, Hopkinson in front of the net, but Croft is all over that. That was pretty dangerous there. The Swarm are finding a lot of passes in front of the net here recently.
Yeah, and definitely something that the West Auckland Admirals defense are going to look to clear up is just making sure that option in front of the net isn't there. So getting sticks in lanes and also taking out the guy in front of the net, although that might be pretty hard with some of the big bodies we see on the Botany Swarm.
And it's good to see them, both teams so far, playing physical. There's a lot of games of hockey are won on the physical side of things, but here comes Moses, one-on-one. Oh, what a save! Wow. Try to go glove side, and Matt Kennedy
flashing the leather.
Oh, look at that.
A la Marty Brodeur out there.
He's told us that he is the NZIHL washing machine as he's played for a few teams over the years, but
definitely not washed yet.
Definitely not. I'm sure Moses wouldn't be too unhappy about that attempt because it was a good shot, but that save was incredible.
Yeah, in a lot of other leagues, that would be a sure goal. But NZIHL, top-level hockey that you're going to find in New Zealand. That's a beautiful glove save.
As Ryor puts a hit on Moses, as the Swarm will try to break out. They do get the puck out, but McLeish will try dump that in, but hit someone in front.
And Ryor playing in his first NZIHL game after coming over from Canada. We'll see how he develops out there. Playing a slightly different game than beer league hockey, that's for sure.
Here's Ollie Hayes showing his skills. He's still got it for sure. here's Kozak. Try to find Stepanek, but probably needed a saucer on that pass. As Simon will just get that out. Here's Stepanek. What can he do? Little backhand to Outwell. Unable to get a shot off nicely, though, as Ollie Hay was tracking back. Here's Smith. He'll put on the brakes. Find Nash. Hayward Jones coming through.
It
Sorry,
sounds like that puck deflected there, but a nice find by Riley Smith to pull up, look for the trailing option. And again, we see the West Auckland Admirals defense getting involved offensively in the play, as we see Riley Smith here on the Rock Action replay pulling up, finding Hayward Jones for a nice shot, but an even better defensive play there to deflect the puck out of harm's way.
Yeah, that's a really good play there. You know, break into the zone, put the brakes on a little bit, get some guys in deep, and then you've got the defense coming through, and on that side it was all open. As Vodanov will have it here behind the Swarm goal. Gives it over to Sandoy. Here's Hopkinson. Richie Hopkinson is actually the BHL's all-time leading point scorer. And he's getting used to the physicality out here as Kennedy and Vespa showing a bit of muscle.
And both teams looking to make a statement in the first period, developing that hard forecheck, some great physicality.
As Sestroni will get muscled off the puck by one of his friends in Mawson. They've played a lot of hockey over the years together, mostly inline. But they're finally over here on the better side of hockey. As Dalmatel brings that in, gives it to Vodanov. Vodanov will get it back, centering passer, Dalmatel couldn't get a shot off though.
And again, the Botany Swarm finding someone in front, and the West Auckland Admirals struggling to stop that pass from behind the net into the man in the slot, right in front of the net. I'm sure that's something the coach, Cam Stevens, will look to fix as we get further into the game.
As Chamberlain's trying to get the puck off Stefan Tula. McLeish at the point, here's Regan, he'll rip one on and straight into the heart of Canada.
Yeah, Canada seeing that puck all the way. No screen in front, and he's able to gobble that up easily.
So just over 5.5 minutes here remaining in the opening period. An extremely exciting game so far, Sam.
Yeah, the fans loving it, the physicality. And as Bryce said, the atmosphere here in Avondale when you watch a game live is completely different than watching it online. So highly recommend to anyone who enjoys watching hockey on video, come down to a live game and see the action up close and personal. It's definitely a much better experience.
100%. You can actually feel the hits in the arena when you're here.
Oh, yeah.
As Ryor, the Canadian native, will rip one out from the blue line. Pretty good shot. Croft had to make a pad save.
Yeah, and going end to end.
As Taylor will try find a centering pass to Dixon, but he's mustered off. And here comes Stepanek. He looks extremely dangerous, this guy. Centering pass, but I think it just came off the stick of Hayward Jones, so he did well there.
Yeah, it looks like no one's knocking Stepanek off those skates. He must be, what, 6'4" out there?
Yeah, and he looks like a
Not
machine
on skates. So about two of me's.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure everyone will be looking out for him when they do come and play the Swarm.
Yeah, definitely.
As Dixon will just whip that off the board so 3 Admirals can get a change. And Vodanov will find a nifty little pass to Hopkinson. Vodanov will get it back off the skate. Oh, almost got nailed there too.
And
just got out the hit of Taylor Kennedy.
Nice kick pass to Janssen, and an even better save by Croft.
As Riley Smith tried to find Ollie Hay, but that was broken up. So the Swarm with possession. Here's Sandoy. He'll put a nice little saucer pass up for Hopkinson, who tried to find Botany. That almost hit us. It looked like that puck was going right for us there, Sam. Seen you make a couple of glove saves in your time.
I hope you're protecting me, Bryce. I'm counting on it.
So Tula will be there in the corner for the Swarm. Takes a awkward hop off the Zamboni gate. I'm loving the work of Dalmatal so far. You know, young guy, skillful, but wants to get stuck in as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, not one of the biggest bodies out there, Dalmatal, but you can definitely see that in his second year of NZIHL, he's kind of become accustomed to the physicality of it, and he's not afraid to go to those dirty areas, not afraid to get involved. And along with Marcus McDonald, he's going to be another one of the shining bright stars of New Zealand ice hockey in the future.
Oh, no. Atwell is thrown out of the game for arguing with the ref. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's thrown out of the game. So he was only going to get a 2-minute penalty there, Sam, and now he's going to have a 43.5-minute penalty and might miss the next game as well.
And that's a big blow for the Botany Swarm, who are looking unstoppable. Their captain, their leading centerman, Michael Atwell, going down the tunnel. He's not going to be too stoked with that one.
Yeah,
Well,
the ref maybe did throw him out a little bit too quickly there, you know, but I guess when the ref gives his orders and you want to keep arguing, it's kind of like you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah,
but he is the captain, so maybe a little bit more leniency would have.
Yeah, and it looks like the Botany Swarm coaches just trying to get an explanation for what went down. But the refs are here to make sure the game doesn't get out of hand, and if they feel like someone is at risk of challenging that game is going to get out of hand, they'll send you away.
And Taylor Kennedy's actually gone into the clubhouse, so I'm not sure what that is for, but he didn't seem like he was in any pain at all, so that's good. So Zach Snowd is going to sit the penalty for Atwell, which will only just be 2 minutes. And some Swarm faithfuls are trying to ask the ref why did they throw Michael out, but have to get a bit of a word on that after the game.
Once that whistle is called, Bryce, it's never coming back, so there's no point arguing with the official because it can only get worse. Michael Atwell learning that the hard way as he walks down the tunnel.
So the penalty killers for the Swarm are out there. You got Johnson and Hopkinson. Two really good penalty killers in my opinion. Fast, smart, and great positioning. Know how to put the pressure on at the right time, as Smith will have it for the Admirals. He'll find Hayward Jones. Try to go past McDonald, but got mustered off. Riley Smith with a shot. Oh, good pad save there by Kennedy.
And a nice keep-in by Riley Smith there as he's able to knock that puck down that Kennedy was trying to clear and turn it into a pretty dangerous scoring opportunity.
And here's Captain Fantastic, Daig with it. He'll give it to Ellis. Ellis will turn and find Smith at the point. Pretty sure Riley Smith is playing forward, but you can always see him there at the playing defense when they are on a power play. And why not have him at the point, as he is so skillful from up there.
Yeah, and he's definitely acting like their trigger man. High up the point, we can make some offensive magic happen.
And Regan, once again, showing how fast and how good of a skater he is. So he takes a big hit there from Tula, loses a stick too, as McLeish will have it. Here's Chamberlain.
Tula saying, nope, you're not going to skate
Sitting
around
pass,
me.
Rebound, another try, scores! Gary McLeish on the third attempt. as Canada just couldn't hold out any longer. So they cut the deficit to only 1 goal.
As we see on the Rock Action replay, a nice tip by Vesper to direct that on goal. And Kennedy didn't look like he knew where it was. And McLeish following up.
Yeah, good to see McLeish actually still going in this league as well. He's a senior veteran of the Admirals, and I'm sure whenever he talks in the locker room, people would absolutely listen, as he's got a ton of experience.
Yeah.
It was about 3 or 4 years ago, and I actually wondered how long has this guy got left in the league, but he's not slowing down.
Well, don't let that big, salty old fisherman beard fool you. The guy's full of life. And he's still putting them away here in the NZIHL action.
Here's Ollie Hay with it. Knows how to make a good nuisance of himself when he's got the puck. Botany will have it here for the Swarm. Try to go short side on Croft, but
looking for the hat trick. But Croft there to answer.
As Smith will just slow it down. That guy can control the puck 100% without looking down.
And it definitely looks like the Swarm have seen something here, as most of their shots on Croft have been high blocker side.
So the Admirals probably just need to slow things down a little bit, get some more momentum going in this game, because they're only down by 1. As Mawson went with an elbow up on Henry, so he's going to sit for a couple of minutes.
And Mawson pleading his case, but if he's learned anything,
and did something with his gloves there as he was going to the bin there, Sam.
Yeah, let's hope the Rock Action replay didn't catch that one.
Not sure if it did or didn't, but the Swarm are starting to shoot themselves in the foot here by...
and Mawson, no. That was seen, and he's going to go as well.
Yeah, he went elbow to head there on Henry and then flipped the bird at the crowd.
And him and Atwell can have a little powwow meeting in the away locker room.
Yeah, just as I was about to say, the Swarm shooting themselves in the foot here. They've now got 2 guys ejected early on.
And we'll see if Mawson's going to get tossed for that contact to the head on Henry, which absolutely not allowed. Quite a dangerous play, actually. Or if it's the extracurriculars afterwards that's got him tossed.
Yep. And it will be Koptev, Demi Koptev for the Swarm, sitting for Mawson.
So the Admirals back on the power play here.
Yeah, it will be 2 minutes for elbowing. Look at McLeish, he's down in the action.
Yeah, looking for a second, and the Admirals, I believe, 2 for 2 on the power play already, so looking to add a third one to even it up.
As Dalmatau will have it for the Swarm, he'll just dump it down and give chase.
And it's good to see Dalmatau out there getting some more responsibility. Obviously, the Swarm coaching staff trusting him as he's out there to kill a pretty important penalty as time expires.
So that will do it here for the first period, which has been extremely exciting in my opinion. I've loved every second of it, the physicality, the speed, but the Swarm just need to keep some cool heads, get back into the game, get that momentum back.
Absolutely. Absolute slugfest to start the first period. Both teams coming flying out the gate, very physical. And that first period had a bit of it all. Some physicality, goals, and a little bit of extracurriculars after the whistle. As both goalies definitely tested early on with a very similar amount of shots, 12 to 15. And we'll see the West Auckland Admirals start the second period on a power play. And starting a period on the power play, you get that fresh sheet of ice. It can definitely help with making some of those passes connect. So really interesting to see how the Auckland Admirals go out the gate.
Yeah, it's definitely 100% still anybody's game, as the Admirals they're looking all right. They just need to obviously slow things down, try to get some momentum back, but the Swarm just need to be smart about their hockey. Like, use what they've got already going and try keep developing that to get a couple more goals, and obviously stay out of the box, because ultimately it's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them.
Yep, and we've definitely seen the West Auckland Admirals cash in on a couple power plays, so you've got to be thinking that the Swarm coach is going to be giving that message as they go into the locker room there.
Yeah, you bet. They're all standing over there and still in the box over there, not knowing really what's going on, but that's all right. Well, hey, we'll have a quick break, grab a tasty beverage and some food, and we'll be back very shortly for some more NZIHL action.
Kia ora, everyone. Welcome back to NZIHL Auckland action with the West Auckland Admirals taking on the Botany Swarm as we go into the second period. Bryce, a lot of interesting things happened that period. A lot of physicality, some goals, and a couple players getting tossed for some penalties you don't see all the time. What do you make of it?
Well, they're two of the Botany Swarm's top players. You know, Stephen Mawson, he's gone for the game for a game misconduct. And Michael Atwell, he'll just be serving 10 minutes, so he'll be back after that. So they're lucky to get Atwell back. They will miss Mawson there on defense, but they do have some other good defensemen to come into place.
Yeah, good to hear if you're a Botany Swarm fan that Atwell will make his return. But it'll be interesting to see with the young core that the Botany Swarm have, who's going to pick up Mawson's place in the lineup. As we see the West Auckland Admirals come out onto the ice, and they'll start the second period on a power play with what looks like just over a minute left on that power play. On a clean sheet of ice, that's dangerous for any PP unit.
Absolutely. And Ollie Hable trying to be hunting his first goal for the Admirals.
And Alex Regan as well, who you wouldn't know it by the way he's skating around out there and contributing offensively, but he is yet to score as well. So we'll keep an eye out for both of those players and see if they can pot one and get their first goals as a West Auckland Admiral, and in Alex Regan's case, as an NZIHL player.
So it'll be Hopkinson and Johnson out there, as that looks like the Swarm's best penalty killing line. And they'll have Tula and Sandoy at the back to try stop this Admirals attack that is going to be probably absolutely pounding them here.
And Mawson definitely will be missed here as he's a key penalty killer with that big frame. So it'll be interesting to see how the Botany Swarm adjusts without him in the lineup.
As Tula will come away with it for the Swarm. He's pretty good when he's got puck on the stick, so he'll get that all the way down. Daigle already waiting for, oh no, the ref has blown the whistle thinking it was an icing, but the Admirals are actually on the power play there, Sam.
Yeah, so looks like there'll be a face-off at center ice there. A bit of a rough break for the Botany Swarm, but hey, that's how it goes. Drop the puck, get into it again.
So Daig will have that, just as when the whistle was blown.
So nice turn of events there for the West Auckland Admirals as they get another face-off at the center ice and they win that one, and now they're in the offensive zone.
There's Daig, shot on, pad save there by Kennedy, another shot, but Tula getting to that as Ellis will keep it in for the Admirals. Here's Hayward Jones over to Daig. He shoots and misses everything entirely. Puck will go out of the zone. Daig's first back there. Here's Ellis. He's got some wheels once he gets moving. As Daig will go in deep with it. Finds Riley Smith here at the point. He tried to get something on as Kennedy tried to put a glove on it, but unable to control it. And the Swarm do clear the zone. Under 10 seconds to go in this power play as Riley Smith showing his set of skills. He puts a shot on too, but nothing troubling for Kennedy.
Yeah, and if you're the Swarm coach, you got to be pretty happy with that penalty kill, as not really a lot of high danger chances from the West Auckland Admirals there. Just kind of working it around the point. And the Botany Swarm will come away unscathed as we go back to 5-on-5 action, with the Botany Swarm up 3-2 against the West Auckland Admirals with 2 more shots than the Admirals. So a pretty close game here.
As Ryan McDonald will come away with it for the Swarm. Takes it into the zone, tries to get around Admirals defenseman. As Henry will bang it out of the zone, try to get Vesper to chase, but Ryan McDonald tracking back nicely. Here's Sestroni with it, tried to get a backhand shot on. didn't get too much on it. As Dalmatau will try clear the zone, unable to though. Finally does. As Dalmatau, good set of skills. These young boys coming through recently, Sam, are just incredible. They, in my opinion, they're definitely a lot better than some of the veterans when they were growing up. Like the skill set, even the mindset and determination to actually get in there, get stuck in, and actually be physical too. Like they're not big, but they're trying to get used to it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you, Bryce. These kids are definitely making a name for themselves at the NZIHL level and are only going to get better. And the health of ice hockey in New Zealand is in a great place. And in the coming years, we'll definitely see the skill level in these games climb higher and higher.
As Stepanek looks to be playing as centre for this line, as Atwell was not back yet. And they've actually got Marcus McDonald out there. As Andy Hart puts a nice little move there on Marcus McDonald, and here's Chamberlain. He's got the afterburners going. He's shot in front. Pad save there by Kennedy. There's a scramble for it, but he is sitting on top of it as Raior is going at it with Rooney.
As we see on the Rock action replay, Caleb Chamberlain just kicking it back to a streaking Andy Hart in the slot, who makes a good shot attempt, but Matt Kennedy there with an even better save as he stretches the pad and is able to deny Andy Hart and keep this game 3-2 in the Botany Swarm's favor.
So Raior and Marcus McDonald both wearing the neck guards as they are 20 years or under, as well as Luke Simon. So some young boys out there for the Swarm who are playing very well at the moment. Here we go. Here's Stepanek. He's got Marcus over there. Come on, Marcus. Tries to give it back to Stepanek, but Mason Kennedy was there. Really nicely positioned. As Andy Hart comes the other way for the Admirals. Tries to get something on net, but he just dumps it in to the left. As Marcus tried to find Stepanek, but he gets nailed for his troubles as well.
And that will be a big difference as Marcus looks to adjust to the physicality of playing in the men's NZIHL league instead of the juniors. It's a bit different when you got someone like Taylor Kennedy coming at you.
And we've got a whistle on the play.
We see, looks like too many men here. And we'll see who it's called against.
Looks like it's going to go against the Admirals here, Sam. So it's going to be...
And we'll just take another look at the Rock action replay as that great save by Matt Kennedy stretching all the way out to deny Andy Hart as he tries to even the game up. But we will see the Botany Swarm go on the power play here as a bit of a change, as it seems like they've been on the penalty kill for most of the game. And we'll see if they can extend their lead here with the extra man.
So it'll be Zach Stevens sitting that 2 minute for too many men penalty as the Swarm look to try get something going. As Simon will have to track back. He's got Riley Smith down there, but he won't oblige to try get the puck just yet. There's Hopkinson, leaves it on for Vordanov.
And we can see Hopkinson and Jonsson out there, so that was their penalty kill unit, and now they're out there on the power play. So really versatile players, and it really helps a team when you've got players that can play both those roles. Play defensively smart and also offensively. So the Botany Swarm definitely with a deep team here.
As Riley Smith, good back check there as he's able to slow the penalty kill down. Oh, great stick there by Tula. Just bats the puck out of midair with his stick.
And we see here Peter Stepanek getting his first taste of power play action as a Botany Swarm, as they could definitely use a big body like him in front of the net. No one's knocking him around.
As Vordanov shoots, but a good pad save. Tula with it. Another pad save there by Croft. seems to be seeing the puck relatively all right as Kozak will find Vodanov. He shoots, a good block there by Vespa. You've got to be a tough man to get in the way of some shots in this league, or because that puck is solid and it does hurt.
Definitely. It's pretty much a rubber bullet coming towards you. And the way some of these guys shoot it can do some damage for sure.
The penalty has almost expired as Swarm have only had probably 3 shots as Tula tries to get a shot on, but Croft makes a good save.
Yeah, and nice rebound control by Croft as well, able to swallow that up without any rebound and giving, which is especially important on the penalty kill because he's able to swallow that up, get a whistle, get a change, and get some fresh legs out on the ice to finish this penalty kill off for the West Auckland Admirals. And an Avondale bounce as it comes off the glass.
Oh!
Straight to Stepanek, who hits it off the iron.
That looks like it was barred down and out. As Stepanek almost had, no, he's already got his first goal. So the Admirals survived that, and they're back in the Swarm defensive zone. As Andy Hart works pretty hard, gets the puck back.
A nice little move by Hart to find Chamberlain.
As Regan, a shot from the point, a good glove save there by Kennedy. We get a whistle on the players, I think. The ref thought it was covered up.
Yeah, it looks like the ref just lost sight of it, and when he loses sight of it, he has to blow the whistle. And that's more for the protection of the goaltenders, because if the goaltenders have covered it and you let the play continue, things can definitely get out of hand pretty quickly. So the ref blowing his whistle, and the West Auckland Admirals will take a face-off in the offensive zone and look to even this game up.
Face-off won by the Swarm as Simon will backhand that around the back. Vodanov receives a hit for his troubles there from Hart. Vodanov with it, just puts it in behind for Simon. Good pressure on him from Rooney. Gets a turnover. Chamberlain with a shot. Looked like it hit someone in front. Oh, Hart just couldn't get the shot off as the pass came straight into the slot area.
Yeah, great backhand by Rooney to find Hart, and it looks like that puck just jumped over his stick there, as I'm sure he'd want that opportunity back because he was alone in the slot there for a great shot on goal.
There's Simon. He'll rip one on, but that's deflected up into the netting.
So both teams getting plenty of chances here.
Absolutely. And in my Winter League, Sam, this season, my team actually just got their first win in 23 games. So shout out to the Wolves. Good on you, boys.
Congratulations, Bryce.
We go again on Monday.
I'll make sure to break out the participation trophies and them out to you and the rest of the boys.
A medal would be nice, but they're only for season winners, but we'll get there. Yeah, there's good collision down there on the near side. Tula with a slap shot as Zach Steven almost tried to kick that. Could have been dangerous. Shot from the point from Sandoi.
Yeah, and it's a really tough call when you're a defenseman there, seeing the shot come in. Do you try to block it, or do you get out of the way and let your goalie handle it? Because the worst thing you can do is deflect it.
As Moses' shot was a good pad save. Whitson Lee unable to get the pass off fast. As Ben Taylor tried to put it in, but Daigle finally, well, he misses everything. That's Max Hill on the far side. It's going to go all the way for icing as he couldn't find the tape of Whitson Lee.
And Justin Daigle, one of those game-breaking talents here for the West Auckland Admirals. You'd like to see him take charge of this game a little more and generate a bit more offensive zone time there. And it'd be nice if he could pot a couple for the West Auckland Admirals and their fans here.
Hayward Jones tried to get a shot off but was unable to. He's chasing Whitson Lee though, but Daigle's there first. Dalmatel knowing where to be. He's got Stepanek on that far side, but Swarm doing well to just keep that in, but it does come out. Riley Smith working hard. And Tula finds Dalmatel.
And Dalmatel on that previous play coming down one-on-one versus Daigle. It's got to be pretty intimidating to go down one-on-one against someone as good as Justin.
As Kozak's working hard to stop that from exiting the zone. Stepanek trying to get a couple of sticks, and then centering pass, but it goes straight to the stick of Ellis, who was coming to clean up and did a great job. A good hit there down on this near side. Looked like it was Ollie Hay on Ryan McDonald. Love to see the physicality of Ollie Hay. Always enjoyed that part about his game over the years.
Yeah, with all the Hay brothers, definitely the physicality is something that is a key part of the game. There's a big collision there into the Swarm net. We'll hope that both players are okay there.
It looks like someone's going to get a penalty on the play. I'm not sure if it's going to be Ollie Hay because he did skate the puck into the crease and then got nailed, but
you see interference there. Looks like we're going to see one of the West Auckland Admirals sit for 2 for goalie interference.
Yeah, it will be Ollie Hay. It's one of those kind of weird calls, but he did skate into the crease area of Canada and then got nailed into him, so that is interference at the end of the day.
Yep, and we'll see the Botany Swarm go on the power play for the second time tonight.
And both teams do have 4 full lines there. So the benches are stacked with players. And I can see Andy Hay over there, not suited up in his uniform today, but he is looking pretty dapper.
Yeah, taking a consulting role there on the bench.
As Vordanov will have it for the Swarm, he gives it up to Tula. Back to Vordanov, looking for options, puts a shot on though. Regan blocks that. Tula with a shot, but that's deflected up into the netting off the stick of Sestroni.
Yeah, nice block there by Regan as he's helping Croft out. Help your goaltender out. Put the body on the line. That's what you got to do on those penalty kills.
So it's Hopkinson, Jonsson, and Vordanov out there for the Swarm forwards. Vespa trying to win this for the Admirals, unable to do so. Swarm in position. Good stick there by Vespa, getting up in the face of Tula. Sandoy slowing it down, looking for some options. Might as well just go for a skate now. Slows up the play. There's Vordanov, he'll rip one and it gets to the net. A blocker save there from Croft.
Yeah, no traffic in front by the Swarm. Croft able to see that all the way and turn that puck away.
McDonald with a one time and Alex Regan standing in front of that one, and they'll clear that all the way and get 3 players changing.
Yeah, 2 blocks for Regan there on that penalty kill. As he goes back to the bench, you can see him getting some taps from his teammates, definitely appreciating the effort he's put in.
And here's Stepanek. Lots of time and space. What can he do? Man, he is quick for a big boy. Look at him go. Oh, just bumps off Daigle as well with the size. Man, the boy can move for how tall he is.
Oh yeah, you'd like to see him use that big frame and open up here.
As Ryan McDonald will give that down to Kozak. Looking for options, try to go cross ice to Stepanek. And he goes past Daigle, but Daigle still working hard.
It looks like a case of David and Goliath there. As Daigle tries to control Peter Stepanek, the Czech beast, as he levels.
Hayward Jones. Stepanek with a barbarish, brewish hit. As Kozak will give it up to the point. Ryan McDonald, here's Stepanek. He's going to shoot, and looks like it came off the stick of Rooney. Admirals will clear, and they've got a chance here. It's almost a 2-0. Here's Rooney, shoots, and just misses. It might have come off the glove of Canada up into the netting.
Yeah, it looks like Canada did get a piece of that. As we'll see the hit by Peter Stepanek on Hayward Jones there, just absolutely leveling him. And when you're on the ice, when Stepanik's on the ice, you just want that puck as far away from you as possible.
So we're back to even strength. Poirot trying to get the puck there, but Fraser Ellis, one of the hardest workers in this league. Actually saw him at the driving range the other day. He went there for a bit of a warm-up before his on-ice training. Good to see. Golf and ice hockey, how good?
Multidisciplinary athletes here in the NZIHL and in the broadcasting booth.
Absolutely. As Mason Kennedy will give it over to his brother Taylor. He'll just whip that in deep, try to get someone chasing on. Ollie Hay is there. Trying to find a centering pass to Ellis. Couldn't get a shot off though, as the puck will come out. And that's a free souvenir for one of the crowd.
And it looks like that hit off the ceiling and hit someone on the head. So a memorable experience here at the pirate ship. And she's looking around for that puck. I think she's earned it.
It looks like someone's trying to find who it hit and try to give it back, but at least when they look at that in their room during the week, they'll be like, hey, we're going to go to another hockey game.
Yeah, you can get free souvenirs. That's something you don't get when you're watching it at home.
The best is overtime, though. Then you get free hockey.
Oh, yeah.
As Chamberlain tried to find Rooney, but that's picked off by Ryan McDonald. Alex Regan, the nous of the young man.
He's just able to shrug that hit off. Oh.
He's a beast.
And it looks like when Regan gets going, nothing is knocking him off the puck.
Oh, that was lucky there by McLeish as Dalmatau was tracking on him. Puck goes into the Admirals bench, so we'll get a whistle.
And Alex Regan, having played overseas in America for a while, playing for a Georgian team, I believe. You can see he's accustomed to playing with bigger bodies, grown men who aren't afraid to throw their weight around, as he just handles the contact with ease and just shrugs it off like it's nothing.
So both teams, looks like they're trying to just settle down things here a little bit in the second period. No goals yet, a few shots here and there.
Yeah, and we see the shots here even at 21 apiece. And it looks like after that penalty kill, the Admirals have found a bit of life here.
Here's Ben Taylor for the Admirals, trying to find a centering pass off the skate of Sandoy. Sandoy also one of the hardest workers out here. As Atwell's back out there now for the Swarm, he's joined alongside Kozak and Stepanik. As Daigle will go behind his goal. We've got a delayed call on the play, so the Admirals are about to go on the power play again. Oh, Atwell just missed his number on Dixon. That would have been a titanic collision.
And it looks like we'll see Remy Sandoy sit. I believe he hit the stick of one of the Admirals players out of the way, and you're not allowed to do that, and he's going to sit for two.
Yep, so
much to the glee of the West Auckland Admiral crowd. As we see the Admirals back on the power play, and we'll see if they can even the score up here, as the Botany Swarm currently leading 3-2.
So
with over halfway through the second period.
So the Swarm trying to clear. Hopkinson will just get that out, does well. Hayward Jones is going to track back. He'll go around the back of the goal as Johnson will turn away. Gives it up to Riley Smith. This boy is dangerous with puck in hand. Here's Ellis. Trying to find a centering pass. Could have almost a known goal there by Tula.
Yeah, Tula knocks it.
Here's Smith with it. The puck sticks to his stick like glue. Here's Daig. He'll leave that on for Ellis. Here's Daig, shoots. Blocked in front. Ellis with a shot. That misses everything entirely. Daigle able to keep that in. As he will put a quick shot on net, and Canada had to make a stick save there.
And a good keep in by Hayward Jones there as he's able to corral that bobbling puck.
Daigle with a shot. Good block by Simon. Young boy getting nice and low too. No regard for his body as Ellis will have it. Gives it up high to Daigle. Here's Smith. Shoots. Oh, and Canada saw that through the legs of Ollie Hay. Got right down in there to see that shot.
And Matt Canada really making a strong comeback as he was injured for the better part of last year's season. Didn't really play a lot, but looking at his performance tonight, you wouldn't know that, as he's managed a lot of very difficult shots and controlled a lot of rebounds.
And if you've ever met Canada off the ice, he is an absolute all-round good guy.
Yeah, one of the best guys in New Zealand hockey.
When he's at the rink, he's always walking around talking to everyone, making sure they're having a good time here at the rink.
And one of the key members for the AIHA is Auckland Ice Hockey Association. So crucial for New Zealand hockey, both on and off the ice.
So just over 20 seconds remaining on the power play. Here's Regan at the point. He'll rip one on, and a good save there by Canada. Seems to be seeing the puck through traffic pretty well today, as Schreier will put a good shot all the way down to Croft. He had to make a save on that.
An absolute bullet.
As Regan will do a nice turn around the goal, get some speed, give it up to Vesper. Leaves it on for Regan. Try to find Vesper. He tips it. Scores! Max Vesper with a tip-in pass from Regan. And on the rebound, tries it again.
And Max Vesper starting that play with a great zone entry and able to drop the puck off to Alex Regan, and then finishing that play not only with a beautiful deflection, but following up on his own rebound. Max Vesper gets the Avondale crowd absolutely going on their feet as he evens the game up with 5 minutes left in the second. Folks, the atmosphere here in Avondale is electric. If you haven't been to an NZIHL game live, I strongly recommend it because it is something else.
It's physical, it's fast. Both these teams know they've got every chance of winning it this season, as Atwell's shot is deflected. But the Admirals looking like the better team here in the second period so far. It is 3-3, and we've got a lot of hockey remaining.
Yeah, the Admirals taking a 5-shot lead with now 27 shots to the Botany Swarm 22. So it looks like the West Auckland Admirals able to manage the Botany Swarm's attack of the first period and come out firing.
As Tula will try collide there with Ollie Hay. Kozak going to work though. He's dispossessed there. Looks like Ellis got a stick in the way, as Smith is dancing with Sandoy. Lost the stick, and Stepanek unable to control that. There will be no icing on the play. Here's Atwell, just leaves it behind though. Here's Kozak, goes around the back, puts a spin on. Haywood Jones gets freed up. Oh, Atwell was in the slot waiting for a pass, never came. As Tula will put a shot on, looks like it hits someone in front.
And off the post it looked like. Gavin Croft got to do the old Marc-Andre Fleury there and thank the post, saving him twice and keeping this game 3-3.
Sandoy's shot off the stick of Ollie Hay. Atwell will have it. He'll just rip one. That hits Riley Smith. Looks like just below the leg pad. Atwell able to keep that in for the Swarm.
It looks like Smith is out there laboring a little bit as he took that heavy shot from Sandoy right to the ankle. And that's not got to feel good at all.
Stepanek with a quick shot. Made Croft had to make a save as Ellis will clear, as Smith not looking too healthy as he's hobbling off. Hope he's all right. Here's Vordanov, shoots, and it looks like
off the mask of Croft.
Yeah, off the mask. So the Admirals will get it out.
Vortanov still looking for his third goal.
And oh no, we're going to get Ollie Hay, Vordanov here for tripping. Looked like he tripped Ollie Hay behind the play. I didn't see exactly what happened. So the Admirals are going to be back on the power play again, Sam, and the more the Swarm give them chances and invite them into their zone, the more the Admirals are going to score.
Yep, that's just a fact of it. You got less players than the attacking team. You're going to be more at risk of getting scored on, more at risk of giving up that odd man opportunity. And the Admirals, all 3 goals have been on the power play. So as the Swarm coach, you've got to be thinking, what can you say to your guys to make sure that they stop giving up?
There's a shot from the point from Regan. Vest would try to get a tip on that. McLeish tidying up there down low. Here's Chamberlain. He's another speedster. When he gets going, he'll give it up to the point.
Yeah, another young rising star in the NZIHL. Caleb Chamberlain played last year for the Admirals and put up some solid numbers, and hoping to follow up and do the same this year.
Try to get a shot off from a tough angle. There's a couple guys blocking him. As Regan knows what to do in these kind of situations. Here's Chamberlain. Shot on, a tip in front, but that gets pushed out wide as Hart will be there. Gives it up to Chamberlain. He's got Regan. Couldn't get a shot off straight away. As they'll cycle, gives it off to Chamberlain. Finds McLeish. I like the job of McLeish on a power play. That guy who's always down there. Looks like he's probably the screen man.
Yeah, and he's just solid, doing the right thing with the puck, making the good decision, because on a power play, you do have a little bit more time and space, but you don't want to give that puck up because the defending team can ice it, and you'll start back in your own zone.
And here's Dag. He'll give it over to Smith, who looks in better shape. He'll rip one, and oh, almost went in off the glove off Canada. The Swarm will clear that all the way. It goes onto the stick of Croft, so we won't have an icing on the play. Anyway, we wouldn't, because they are down a man anyway. Only for another 10 seconds, as Smith is going to skate this into the zone. Puts on the brakes and then just dumps it in. Tula unable to get to it, so Ellis will have it. Vodanov out of the box, so we're back to even strength. In an exciting tied game with just over 40 seconds to go in the second frame. Smith will just dump that in, get a change. Ollie Hay is chasing. And here's Vodanov, fresh out the box, try to find Dalmatel. Shows a bit of skill.
As he tries a little toe drag there on Hayward Jones.
Gotta love to see those.
Yeah, brave man, because Hayward Jones is a beast and he's not afraid to play the body there.
I've seen you do a couple of toe drags in your time, Sam.
Yeah, not against Hayward Jones, that's for sure.
As the puck goes over the glass, it is going to be
a game.
It's going to be a delay of game. Ollie Hay saying it's come off someone else's stick. It is waved off.
Deflection.
Yep.
So a lucky break there for the Admirals as they dodge a bullet.
Good to see the refs having a quick chat and saying, hey, it did actually take a deflection, so good to see that get cleaned up nice and fast. So 7.1 seconds remaining. Swarm will look to try win the face-off and get a quick shot off. Atwell's going to try play it to Stepanek. But they almost do. Stepanek did get a shot off, but just went wide. And Kozak tried to find a centering pass, but the buzzer does go. So that will be the end of the second period.
Yeah, and if you're a West Auckland Admiral fan, you got to be pretty happy with the team's overall performance that period. Potting a couple goals and then killing off a couple penalties successfully. I would say that's a pretty good period if you're a West Auckland Admirals player or a fan.
Absolutely, Admirals did. They bounced back this period. Good to see. It's going to be a very exciting third period. I wonder how they're going to come out of the blocks. Are they going to be physical or just try to play smart hockey? We'll have to wait and see. So we'll take a quick break now, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be back very shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the west side of Auckland, home of the West Auckland Admirals. They're taking on the Botany Swarm today, the first game of their season. It's a 3-all game. Shots are 29-25 in favour of the Admirals. It's been a good, physical, fast, intense game so far, Sam. Like, what's one team got to do to separate themselves from the other?
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely the way you want to come out for your first game of the season if you're the Botany Swarm. Definitely laying the body, establishing your physical play, and some also skill play we've seen with 3 goals apiece from both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. The Swarm actually got Stephen Mawson chucked out of the game for a game misconduct. Michael Atwell almost got ejected. He got a 10-minute penalty, but he is back in the game and he's looking to play well. Good physicality in this game. It's been good to see. Something the Swarm have probably lacked in a few seasons ago. Just no real intent to want to throw hits, finish off their checks or anything. But we're seeing that tonight.
Yeah, and I definitely think it lends itself well to the structure of these two teams this year with the arrival of Peter Stepanek to the Botany Swarm. He's a big guy, likes to get involved physically. And then with the West Auckland Admirals, they've got a much younger team, a lot of younger guys out there playing, so definitely leaning in the Botany Swarm's favor from a physicality perspective. But the West Auckland Admirals able to come back in that second period and actually get a goal and also run up the shots on goal. So now they lead 29-25 going into the third here.
So the Admirals trying to pick up their second win of the season. The Swarm trying to get their first in as many games.
And we've got Robin Vortinov starting on the left wing with 2 goals in the first period. He's on hat-trick watch, so we'll see if he can make a dream run for his first game of the season with a hattie.
As Luke Simon will have to track back, clean that up for the Swarm. Breaks out of the zone. He will get it back. Quick shot on net. Croft had to make a save, and a rebound right in front. It's in the crease and cleared off almost on the line by Daig. As Smith will come. Oh, nice pass to find Ollie Hay, but he's unable to corral that cleanly. Here's Jonsson. He's got some pace and some skills. Vortinov with a shot. Looks like it was blocked in front. Swarm still with it, but Regan will come away with it for the Admirals.
Yeah, another block by Regan. That's at least his 3rd this game, so definitely not afraid to put the body on the line.
As Ollie Hay will be the first there for the Admirals. He thought Regan was there, which he finally does get into the zone. As Vespa is trying to get something going, as Regan puts a shot on net, but Kennedy sees that all the way. Nice glove save.
Yeah, high riser by Regan, and Kennedy just able to snag that. And he's had a really nice glove this game, making a great breakaway save on Sam Moses early in the first.
Yeah, and they got a really good backup goalie, the Swarm do, in Grace Harrison. So as long as Kennedy is playing well, or even if he's not, they've still got Grace that could come in.
Yeah, with Kennedy out for the better part of last season as well, you love to see him come back if you're a Botany Swarm fan. Like as you said, him and Grace, it's got to be one of the best tandems in the league.
And here's Sestroni trying to find Regan at the point, but here's Peter Stepanek. Oh, nice pass to Kozak, shoots. Oh, good save there by Croft. Another shot on there, tough angle shot by Kozak. Swarm could have taken the lead there. Here's Sando at the point. Tried to find Kozak, but I think he was going to the net thinking a shot was coming from it.
Yeah, Croft denying Kozak there on a point-blank chance to keep this game tied up. Great work from the rookie goaltender here.
As Regan will just dump that down. Could be an icing. No, it's not. As Fryor will have it for the Swarm. The boy from Saskatoon. And here's Taylor Kennedy. Gives it over to McLeish.
What's there to do in Saskatoon, Bryce, I wonder?
What's that?
What's there to do in Saskatoon?
Besides hockey?
Besides hockey.
No idea.
If you're from Saskatoon, comment on the live feed what there is to do in Saskatoon. We'd love to hear it.
And here's Dalmatau, the young gun for the Swarm. He's got all the tricks. He goes to the goal. He puts on a shot too. As Taylor Kennedy will try to talk some sense into him, as it was pretty fair game. Probably gone for the rebound was Dalmatau.
And we can see here on the Rock action replay, Dalmatau going 1-on-2 with a nice move around the first Kennedy and then makes a move around the second Kennedy. And that would have been a pretty one if he was able to pot that one.
So Ben Taylor will go up against Richie Hopkinson in this face-off. Won by Hopkinson. Tula does well to keep that in, but the ref saying it did come out. Couldn't see it as the wall was in the way. As Tula, quite luckily, he had 3 Admirals players coming at him, and if that puck got deflected off one of them, it could have been a 3-on-1 the other way.
Yeah, that's always a conundrum if you're a defenseman. Do you pinch and leave yourself vulnerable to giving up the odd man rush, or do you stay back and defend?
So we'll get an icing on the play as that came off Hopkinson's stick on the pass from Ryan McDonald. So shots are 29 apiece now. And 3-all. A very even game up until this point. You could say that both teams probably deserve to win this one so far, but the great game of hockey, we can only get one winner.
Absolutely, and 3 minutes in to the third, it looks like both teams have cleaned up their act a little bit and playing a much more controlled game. We'll see who can come away the victor.
As Ellis will put that behind the net for Ollie Hay, try to find Daigle, who was coming in, but that will go all the way down into the Admiral zone, so Haywood Jones will be there. Find Smith here on the near side. Backhand pass up to Ollie Hay, who looks dangerous in a Admirals uniform. I'm not used to it though. Oh, Stepanek try to find Kozak. He does, shoots and goals!
The Czech connection, as we see on the Rock action replay, looks like Stepanek feeding it through to Kozak, who's able to pot that one. So Stepanek picking up his second point of the night with 1 goal, 1 assist. You got to be pretty happy with that in your NZIHL debut.
And that's the difference between good players and great players. You can miss a pass, but it's what you do after it to try to get that pass going again.
Absolutely.
And we can probably see Stepanek racking up some points this season, as the guy's an absolute machine.
Yeah, definitely a welcomed newcomer for the Botany Swarm. I'm sure they're stoked to have him in the lineup.
As Stepanek will find Kozak on the far side. He'll just dump it in, as that whole line, besides Luke Simon, will get a change. And as we always see, Alex Regan using his pace, going end to end. Didn't want to get a shot off. He gets it back though. Finds Sestroni, who kind of just duffs the shot a bit.
Yeah, not getting all on that one that he liked was Sestroni. And the guy's got an absolute cannon of a shot, so you better watch out when he's got the puck on his stick.
As Ryan McDonald will just backhand that one, and Taylor Kennedy will give it over to his brother Mace.
We got quite a few brothers here on the West Auckland Admirals. The Stevens brothers, the Hayward Jones brothers, and the OG brothers, the Kennedys.
It's the way to go, because you can just hand down your gear once you outgrow it.
Absolutely. And the Chamberlain brothers, as we wait for Sebastian to make his NZIHL debut, which I'm sure will be pretty soon.
But for anyone wanting to get into the sport, both rinks here in Auckland do hire some gear, so you can get skates, sticks, elbow pads, knee pads, everything you do need to learn how to play. So if you're interested in that, definitely check out paradise.co.nz for learn to play classes.
Absolutely, and one of the funnest games you can play. Community is super welcoming. If you're watching this and thinking about giving hockey a go, definitely go and check it out, because you will not regret it.
As play resumes. Both teams trying to get the puck. Finally comes onto the stick of Tula, who does well. Puts on the boost and then turns around. He's got Hopkinson over on the far side. And there's Nash Hayward-Jones out there for the Admirals.
So Nash Hayward-Jones, younger brother to Flynn Hayward-Jones. Big hit there.
Yep, we're going to get a penalty. It's going to be Zach Stephen for a high stick up on Remy Sandoy. Not sure exactly what happened. I didn't see it, but Sandoy absolutely leveled Ben Taylor, so it might be in retaliation of that.
Yeah, and Ben Taylor, you can see they're looking for a call.
Yeah, so Sandoy, good hit there on Ben Taylor. And then there, just sits on the right-hand side.
High stick by Zach Stevens, but it doesn't look like there's any damage on Remy Sandoy there, so it's only going to be a 2-minute penalty.
Here's the panic shot on, and good save there by Croft. That had some sauce on it, that shot. As Kennedy will play it around. Stepanek first there. Ellis trying to pressure him. So here's Ryan McDonald on the power play here for the Swarm. Another one of their imports. Finds Kozak. Not sure if it was a shot or a pass. Maybe a pass. Stepanek with a slap shot. Absolute rocket, but straight into Croft. He definitely didn't have to move on that one.
Yeah, and Croft able there to not only deal with that first shot, but also the rebound, and able to swallow it up. So a nice save there from Croft, and an important one with the penalty kill for the West Auckland Admirals.
So Stepanek out in that on defense here on the power plays. And why not have him up there when he's got that kind of shot? As Atwell's going to go to work against Vespa. The puck will come out. Sestroni chasing Sandoy. Sandoy actually used to play for the Admirals, but he does live on Waiheke Island, and it's a quicker commute to Half Moon Bay than it is to town. There's the panic, just slowing it down a little bit. He's got Sandoy, put a shot on, and good pad save there by Croft.
And Vesper able to get it out of the Auckland, or the Admiral zone, but not all the way down the ice there.
So here's Sandoy, he'll just skate this one in deep. Puts on the brakes, he's got McDonald there at the point. Here's the panic, wrist shot on. Croft doesn't know where it is, it's probably under him. Puck does come out, no whistle yet. I think the players stopped there for a second thinking there was going to be a whistle as Sestroni tries to clear. Stepanek shoots and it just goes wide. Ryan McDonald keeps it in, he puts a shot on. Good trap there by Flynn Hayward-Jones. He'll bring it into the zone, no offside on the play. Chamberlain unable to corral the bouncing puck as Rooney will just dump that in and chase.
So as we
might get it back here, working hard is Rooney. No one really sure where the puck is, and the whistle finally does get blown.
And it's the age-old hockey saying, play till the whistle. There's no whistle, puck's still in play. We see just a wild scramble in front of Matt Canada, but Matt Canada looking cool as a cucumber there in net. No panic in his game.
Quick shot on off the face-off, a rebound attempt. Oh, Canada with the amazing glove save. Didn't know where it was, but he threw it behind him.
And that windmill save right there, just add it to the list of amazing highlight reel saves Canada's made in his season opener, and more importantly, return.
Here we go. See the shot off the face-off, backhand attempt, and Canada, oh, look at that, would you, ladies and gentlemen? Would you look at that?
And that's got to be his best save of the game to keep the Botany Swarm ahead, 4-3. Looking like he hasn't missed a beat after missing most of last season with an injury.
And I'm loving this game so far, Sam.
And everyone is, and the crowd here too, although they would love it even more.
As Ellis tries to get a shot off, Kennedy will jump and pounce on that one.
Yeah, the crowd here loving it, Bryce. But I think they'd love it even more if the Admirals were able to put up a goal, if not two. As it looks like the Botany Swarm have jumped out in lead in shots on goal as they've come out hard in this third period, hungry to take their first win of the season in their season opener.
They've definitely taken up a bit of a notch here. But here's Riley Smith. He's always dangerous when he has the puck. He's the import for the West Auckland Admirals this season.
And by import, we mean he's not a New Zealand citizen, so each NZIHL team is allowed to have a set number of players that aren't New Zealand citizens.
Which does increase the talent of this league, but it also makes the local guys have to take it up a notch to keep competing with them as well, which is good.
Absolutely. And the local guys probably learn a lot from these imported players as well.
As Ellis will find Daggy, puts a tough angle shot on. Kennedy makes a save, and Richie Hopkinson does have it on his stick as Riley Smith's trying to get his stick back off of Sandoy as he's just holding it. Nothing really in that though.
That's one guy you don't want to challenge to anything is Remy Sandoy. The guy towers over most, if not all, players out here. And it's got to feel good if you're a Botany Swarm player, and even better if you're a Botany Swarm goalie, seeing him on the back end, knowing that no one's going to try anything.
And Sandoy will bang that around the back for Cryer, who just puts it up to Vordanov. Try to find a centering pass to Hopkinson, but a little bit wayward. Hopkinson will try dump that and actually came off Johnson, so Mason Kennedy's there to tidy up. Scott Henry, who had a hat-trick last week, will be on the puck now. And they're unable to clear as Vordanov puts that deep. Johnson's there.
And a great forecheck by the Botany Swarm. Just not letting the West Auckland Admirals leave their own zone. Because they finally managed to.
Sandoy puts a hit on Vespa. Good stick in the lane there by Hopkinson as Vordanov will find Hopkinson at centre ice and he'll just back that in and deep, get a change. As Croft will hold on to that one as Johnson was streaking in.
So 4-3 here with the Botany Swarm leading, and they've definitely come out of the gates firing here in the third period. Pretty similar start as they had in their first period, just a lot of physicality and a lot of offensive zone time. And if you're a Botany Swarm fan or the Botany Swarm coach, you'd love to see that continue here for the remainder of the game.
As Ryan McDonald puts a good hit there on the far side. Chamberlain has to bat that around to McLeish, who gives it up to Rooney. And Dalmatau, good check, forecheck there, gets the puck back, puts it back in deep. McLeish, they do get the puck out. Here's Chamberlain, you don't want to give him too much time and space, puts on a shot. As the whistle is blown, looks like it was just offside.
And that's an unfortunate one for the West Auckland Admirals, as they'd spent a lot of time in their own zone and were hoping to break it into the Botany Swarm zone and maybe get a 2-on-1 going.
As the Admirals will win that draw, they give it over to Daigle, who will put a shot on net. Definitely an easy one there for Canada, as he's been on fire here today so far.
Yeah, and Daigle really struggling to get the high-quality shots that he normally sees in a game. And I think that's the big difference maker if the West Auckland Admirals are going to make a strong push here in the second half of the third period. It's going to come from the back of their captain, Justin Daigle.
Here's Dixon, gets a quick shot on. Kennedy holds on to that. There's a rebound there. Could have been dangerous with Moses lurking. The Admirals trying to get a lot of quick shots off here, trying to look for some rebounds, but none really popping out. Back underway again as Fryor will come and tidy that up. He finds Stepanek, who will bang that one in for Kozak to chase, and that will be icing though, as Hayward Jones just edged out Kozak.
So some notable players missing for both teams tonight. We've got no Alex Polozov for the Swarm, and we don't have any of the rest of the Stevens brothers.
No Andy Hay either for the Swarm, and also no Jordan Chalice for the Admirals. Not sure when he will be back. He's a great addition to any team in this league.
Absolutely, one of the key veteran players.
Here comes Stepanek the other way. Oh, he's tripped though by Ollie Hay. So the Swarm will go on the power play. If they can touch this up, they will. Probably almost had to be done, as Stepanek can really move once he gets going.
Yeah, and that's not what you want to see if you're a West Auckland Admirals fan, is them taking a penalty with 9 minutes left in the third period, down a goal. So we'll look to see the West Auckland Admirals kill this one off and then use some of that momentum to put up a goal in the final minutes.
And McLeish unable to clear that as it hit Vordanov before it could exit the zone. Hopkinson with it. Here's Vordanov looking for some options. He'll just give it to Hopkinson. Back to the point. Hopkinson again. Vordanov with a one-time, didn't really get all of it as it missed wide. Simon will put it down deep for Jonsson. Jonsson gets it back. Was looking for Vordanov on the far side, creeping in, but Riley Smith's going to come the other way for the Admirals. Cross-ice pass to Ellis, shoots, and a good save by Kennedy.
Kennedy not giving anything up here has been a main reason why the Botany Swarm are ahead by one here.
As Vordanov will pick the pass from McLeish. Atwell there to try tidy things up, but unable to, as Smith will come away with the puck.
And we can see the Admirals pressing here and playing a little bit more offensive, even in this penalty kill, which could be dangerous for them if they get caught out of their zone.
As Vessler tries to find Regan, oh, Sandoy with a brilliant stick in the lane. If he didn't get something on that, Regan was clear for goal. And a scrum forms over there on the far side. Puck not coming out.
Regan just in the middle of it.
Getting nailed from all sides too.
And we finally see a whistle here. But Regan just showing us again that it takes a lot of people to knock him off the puck. There's 3 Swarm players were there trying to get the puck from him, and he was just content to hold it in the corner.
So Caleb Chamberlain will go to work against Atwell. As the Swarm will have possession, 25 seconds left on the power play. Got to get the puck up ice, get another scoring opportunity as Kozak will just put it in deep. Mason Kennedy's first there, and he's able to clear that all the way. As Ryan McDonald will find Tula, who finds Stepanek. Stepanek shoots, oh, that just missed. Oh, a shot on too. Croft making a good pad save. Croft absolutely having a good game so far.
Yeah, great game for the rookie and Gavin Croft here. Turning away some really difficult shots. As we can see in the Rock Action replay, Stepanek coming in and just missing far side. And there was definitely some room there in the far side top corner.
Yeah, Gavin Croft, only 19 years old, Sam, and he's looking like he could be quite a contender for Rookie of the Season.
Absolutely, and one of the guys who's played overseas, went to Canada and played over in Canada. So you can definitely see with the types of talent they have over there in the programs that it's come and paid off.
Absolutely, as Jonsson will give it to Hopkinson behind the net. He does a little sauce pass up to Simon. Very clever that. And Sandoy will just bat that in deep. As Rooney's going to have a chance to get this out of the zone, which he does. And here's Ollie Hay, fresh out of the box, going to net, goes in, shoots, and a good save there by Kennedy, shutting the door on Ollie Hay.
Matt Kennedy closing the wickets there and denying Ollie Hay the 5-hole. But a great power move by Ollie Hay there to break in and get a great scoring opportunity.
There's Dag, he'll give a pass over to Flynn Hayward-Jones. As Vodanov unable to find Max Hill, as the Admirals will go the other way. Here's Hayward-Jones with a shot. Kennedy had to make a pad save on that. Like he had some defensemen coming up and, oh, good hit there by Ellis on Max Hill. Here's Smith. Oh, try to find shoots. Oh, what a save again by Kennedy.
And Kennedy again proving that he's missed no time coming back from injury with arguably the nicest save of the night.
The guy is standing tall.
Standing on his head.
There's Dalmatau. He's going to be extremely dangerous in years to come, especially probably gets a little bit taller and a little bit heavier. As Ryan McDonald would just put that in. Stepanik's here. Try to find a centering pass, but off the stick. Henry unable to clear as Dalmatau will pressure him.
And we've seen this game open right up with both teams trading chances and really stretching out the ice here.
Oh, Kozak, if he just controlled that nicely, he could have been on a 1-on-0 situation with the goalie. But times are tense out there now. Pressure is on, I can understand that. Sandoy will just bat that one over to McLeish. There's Regan, like he's been doing all game, down the left side. Will probably go behind the goal. He puts a quick shot on and a good glove save there by Kennedy. That won't trouble him at all.
And a great save.
Oh, good hit there was Ellis on Max Hill. Probably should have shot there, should have Smith, but oh, look at Kennedy go.
And we just see an absolutely beautiful windmill save there from Kennedy. We'll watch it again because that is just a thing of beauty.
Oh, it's off the leg pad too while it's in midair. No wonder he calls himself the wishy-washy washing machine. As Chamberlain will have it, try to find a centering pass there to Rooney, but he was harassed there by, it looks like Sandoy or Simon. As Taylor Kennedy will have it at the point, he rips one. Kennedy only saw that last second, but got a pad on it. Icing will be waved off here as Jonsson was level with Taylor Kennedy.
Yeah, good hustle by Jonsson there to negate the icing. And that's what you got to do in these close games because you don't want to give up a offensive zone face-off.
Mason Kennedy with a shot. Kennedy sees that, gets a glove on it too.
And if you're a West Auckland Admiral player, you've got to be thinking, what do we have to do to solve Matt Kennedy, who's absolutely standing on his head and not giving up any rebounds here.
I'm sure if the Swarm win, they're all giving him the player of the day. I think they've got a hard hat of some sort that they give.
Absolutely, yeah. The next 3 minutes 15 will be really telling.
As the Admirals try to get a shot on through Ollie Hay, but it misses everything entirely. Here's a chance for Kozak. He might have to put on the brakes. He's got Atwell coming in. Couldn't get a pass off. Puck is still in possession of. Here's the panic. Oh, didn't get everything on the shot. Croft does make the save though. That line looking really good, Sam. Atwell, Kozak, and Stepanik.
Yeah, definitely has brought some new life into the Botany Swarm lineup, the arrival of Peter Stepanik. And you got to think when Polozov comes back, this team is going to be looking at one of the contenders for the best NZIHL team come the end of the year.
As Ellis was just unable to control that nicely on the stick, so it will actually be icing as Swarm try to attempt a pass, but no one was in line of the pass, so just over 3 minutes remaining. Looks like the boys are giving themselves every ounce of chance to try get this game-tying goal, but nothing yet for the Admirals.
Yeah, and we'll look to see if Cameron Stevens, the head coach for the West Auckland Admirals, goes and pulls Gavin Croft to get the extra man.
Won't be doing it when Stepanek's got the puck as he goes around the back. He's pressured by Daigle. He'll give it up to Sandoy. Shot from the point. A rebound in front. Another attempt there from Atwell, but Croft will cover that up.
Yeah, good job by Croft not to give away a rebound there. As Stepanek looking dangerous on the doorstep. As you can see in our Rock action replay, the Rock, one of the new sponsors for the West Auckland Admirals this season. We'd like to thank them, 90.2 The Rock. Go and check them out if you don't already.
Definitely a tradie's favorite radio station.
Yeah, and I've been listening to some of their talk show stuff, the Henry's Hell of a Yarn, pretty funny stuff.
Oh yeah, they're hilarious. Sometimes they get guest people in and it just gets crazy funny. But back to the action, Vespa was going to dump that one in deep. Ryan McDonald will be first there. Looks like someone went crashing into the boards. It was Vespa, but we will get icing on the play. So the Swarm won't be able to change on that, but they shouldn't be too tired anyway.
And we can see the dump in chase by Vesper as he just loses an edge there and skids out into the corner. But you'd like to see the Admirals get into a bit more simplify their game a little bit with the dump in chases, especially with the size of the Botany Swarm defenders. Really hard to walk around them. They've got such long reach. Sometimes you just got to simplify, dump it into their zone, chase it.
As Ryan McDonald puts that into the air to get out of the zone for Swarm. Here's Vordanov, nice pass to Hopkinson. He'll try rip a wristy from the blue line, hit someone in front. And Hopkinson doing well, getting good back check and then just dumping in, getting a change.
And we'll keep an eye on Gavin Croft here as we near 1 minute 30 in the final period. With the Admirals down by 1 goal, they'll look to get that extra attacker on in hopes of tying it up.
And here's Riley Smith, he's got a jump, he'll rip one on. Didn't really get anything on it, but a blocker save there by Canada nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely didn't get as much on that as he would have liked, but we have an empty net here with Gavin Croft
and
out.
Oh no, Smith has tripped up Sandoy. No, it's going to be a slash apparently.
And we'll see Riley Smith go to the penalty box. And we'll see Gavin Croft head back into net as Cameron Stevens elects to take his time out just to work out a game plan for the Admirals as they're down by 1 goal with less than a minute left in the third.
And looks like the Admirals are going to take a timeout as well to try work out a system to try at least get a goal.
But Bryce, a really close game here, and you've got to feel for the Admirals having numerous chances to not only tie it up but take the lead. But Matt Canada just standing so tall in net, looking like he's playing in the NHL out there.
He's been immense, hasn't he? Wow.
He has been by far the best player for the Swarm. And if the Swarm are able to kill off the next 52 seconds without giving up a goal, I think there's going to be a lot of praise for Matt Canada and maybe a couple shower beers for the guy. They'll definitely have earned them.
Yeah, I'd say Swarm are probably only going to play 2 men high. Make sure they are staying defensively minded.
Yeah, and the Swarm can just really sit back and kill this one off.
There's Daigle though, he'll get that out. Good catch there by Ryan McDonald and he puts it back in deep.
And you can see Daigle trying to clear that and Gavin Croft trying to exit his net, so they're definitely looking to pull the goalie and get that extra attacker on, but the Swarm making it really difficult, applying a lot of pressure in the Admiral zone.
As the Admirals will finally get the puck out. It actually hits the noggin. Oh no, it's actually hit the head of their
backup goaltender, Jaden Pert, so he's holding his forehead. You hope that he's okay.
Yeah, he looks like he's actually in a bit of pain there, Sam.
Yeah, well, like we were saying, that puck is frozen before the game so that it's extra hard. He's being attended to, so we'll cross our fingers that Jaden Pert is all good.
So the Admirals got to throw the kitchen sink here, but here's Jonsson. Oh, tried to make a pass to the slot. Vordenwald was just a little bit behind the play.
As we come to less than 30 seconds here in the third. Botany Swarm looking for a win in their season opener.
There goes the goalie. So we're, and puck goes into, that should be delay a game, shouldn't it?
And the refs are going to convene here and see if that puck was shot out intentionally or if it did deflect. If it's shot out intentionally in your own zone, it's a penalty, and they're signaling no, that is a deflection, so we will see it continue 5-on-4.
No, he is going to go to the box here, delay a game. I reckon that's the right call. So Admirals have their goalie pulled, 12.5 seconds to go. It's going to be pretty much 5 skaters against 4.
And this is when you love to have Justin Daigle on your team, because he's able to coach out there and devise a game plan for the West Auckland Admirals, being such a student of the game, so knowledgeable. He's kind of like their on-ice coach.
So here we go. Should be a good finish. Admirals unable to get a shot off as Tula throwing his body there. Howard Jones trying to find a centering pass. It's at some skates. Richie Hopkinson unable to clear. Another shot covered up by Kennedy. 0.5 seconds to go.
Absolute scramble, and that puck was just sitting there in between the legs of one of the Swarm players, as we see on our action replay. And it looks like it's Hay with a spinorama attempt, but Matt Kennedy, like he's done all game, shutting the gate. And with half a second left in the third, it's looking like the Admirals, it's too little too late.
So Ellis is going to have to shoot straight off the thing, but Hopkinson does well and then receives a shot. But the Swarm will win this game here, Sam. 4 goals to 3 of what's been an incredible action-packed game of ice hockey in the New Zealand Ice Hockey League here today.
Absolutely. Off the back of Matt Kennedy's return from an injury that saw him play only a handful of games last season, you see him put up over 35 saves and put the nail in the coffin there for the West Auckland Admirals. They've got to be pretty stoked about the effort there, putting up 40 shots.
Yeah, absolutely. Kennedy definitely my man of the match here today, but good to see the Swarm, hit the ground running in their first game.
Absolutely, and the Admirals here saluting the faithful West Auckland Admirals fans. Not the result they're looking for, but a hard-fought game nonetheless.
And a very exciting physical game too. My style of hockey, love to see that.
Absolutely, and definitely you can tell that this season, 2023, is going to be a huge one for the NZIHL, and I'm looking forward to a number of games.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised to see any of these 2 teams in the finals, if not both in the final this year, which would be awesome for Auckland to see in terms of ice hockey.
Definitely, and it's great to see some of those youngsters, especially on the Botany Swarm, come out. Marcus McDonald not being afraid at all there.
Yeah, the Admirals are going to be back tomorrow, though. They'll have a little bit of time to regroup, talk through a few things, and then take on the Swarm again tomorrow. Puck drops at 5:30, so...
Definitely, and you wonder who the Swarm are going to go with. Are they going to stick with the red-hot Matt Kennedy, or are they going to give him a break and go to Grace Harrison, who is just as good, as Matt Canada, if not better, and that's got to be one of the scariest goalie tandems in the league.
Absolutely.
Especially with their back-to-back schedule. If you're playing the Botany Swarm, you've got to be thinking, man, if we can't get it past one goalie, does that mean we won't get it past both?
It's definitely going to be a tough decision for the Botany Swarm coach, Philip Forey, to make a decision on who will start tomorrow, but you know they're in good hands, whoever does. But good to see the Swarm playing really well in their first game. It looks like they're probably in mid-season form already, so good to see. Good to see.
Absolutely, and definitely those import players making a big impact for both teams, and great experience for the younger players to get to learn from some of those players as well, because they play in some pretty high-level leagues overseas.
Absolutely, yeah, good to see the young boys coming through. But hey, that's going to do us here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have enjoyed the game as we have. Try to get yourself down here tomorrow if you can. Paradise Avondale, puck will drop at 5:30 p.m. and it's going to be another blockbuster game in this league, so definitely tune in if you can't make it to the game. But thank you very much for having us today. Thank you very much, Sam.
Been a pleasure, Bryce, and we'll see you guys next game.
Awesome. Farewell.